it do, DBS? Right now, it's time for the Terminator Experience. We are live in the building. We got the one and only Terminator X. We got my man Mana. We got special guest Mike G. And we're going to kick it. We're going to talk about DJing. We're going to talk about the culture. You know what I'm saying? We're just going to do our thing and have fun and kick it. You know what I'm saying? So welcome to the Terminator Experience. Everybody introduce yourself one time. We start with my man Mana. Go ahead.
Name is Minor. Here interviewing best friend in the whole world right here, Mike G. Jungle Brothers.
Okay.
My Terminator X, my man DBS. And
Yes.
producer back there.
Malik Freaks.
Malik Freaks.
Malik Freaks. Producer extraordinaire. All right.
Yo, what's up, Mike G? Jungle Brothers in the house.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Introduction.
Oh,
Yeah.
Terminator. It's my show, ain't it?
Yeah, it is.
I'm
It's
just
that
saying.
Terminator Experience, man.
Mike G. Jungle Brothers in the house.
Yeah, man. So we just kicking it, man. You know what I'm saying? Get together. You know what I'm saying? Part 2 of the podcast, Terminator Experience. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to everybody that checked out the first episode, episode 2. So let's get it popping. You know what I'm saying? So Mike G, what's up, my man? How you?
It's
You
cooling,
good?
man. Yeah, it's cooling, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jungle Brothers.
Enjoying the new year so far.
Yes, sir. Happy New Year. You know what I'm
Word
saying?
up.
You been busy? So I mean, how's it going?
Oh, we're staying kind of busy. Currently, Jungle Brothers side, we've been starting to record a new album.
Oh,
You know what I'm
word.
saying? Yeah, we're working on new music. So
Okay.
we thinking of a couple of different concepts, but we definitely in the
Any producers in mind that you've been thinking about?
not right now, but a couple of guys been floating around.
Okay.
Kenny Dope.
Ooh.
Got a mean one with Diamond. It's funny, he had a conversation with Diamond D about a song we did a ways back, thinking
Okay.
about doing that over. So, you know, everybody's in the mix.
Got
A lot of people been talking interest and stuff like that, but we've been keeping it back to the original state, you know.
Wow.
Band been hitting the beats. We just been going back and forth, so.
That's dope. Jungle Brothers' new album. That's dope. You heard it first, right? Experience.
I'm gonna have to slide one in there.
Yeah, there you go.
No doubt, no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? So I know you was the documentary. How's that coming along?
Oh, it's coming along good. So got the documentary going. Good fellow friend, Rick Kelly.
Yes, Rick Kelly. Shouts out to Rick.
Yeah, shout out to Big Rick.
I think I got a little cameo in that joint.
No, you do.
Okay,
you do.
bet. Okay.
Everybody in here for the most part. So yeah, it's going well. It's called Humble in the Jungle.
Humble in the Jungle.
He just he's covering my experience. You know, I moved to NC back in 2004. Got into the trades, got into plumbing. Took me a couple of years, got my license, and started my own business after some time. So he kind of covers it because we was actually working at the same company for a good while.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask. How you and Rick meet?
Yeah, we was working at the same company, and you know, I would take long weekends. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
My project manager, God bless him, John Taylor, he was real cool. As I was picking up the trade, he was just like, hey, listen, if you get certain projects done in a certain amount of time, do what you got to do. But when you leave, you know, just make sure you come back on the day you say you're going to come back.
Right.
So I was able to do that, and it gave me a lot of experience. And I just took that experience and I ran with it. They, you know, one thing I got to say about them, they was real big on pushing people through, like pushing you to take the next step. You know, so I took that energy, got my license, you know, and I've been rocking out here for a while, 10 plus years, you know, got my own plumbing business, contractor business. Minor works with me every day.
Right.
And, you know, just getting it, man, and still rocking music, living 2 lives and having a good time.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So, you know what I'm saying? Terminator X, what's good with you, my friend?
I'm good. Chilling, working.
Trying to get this
to
podcast popping. Yeah, it's going to happen.
We're working on new music.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Can you give us any
Working on
type
a radio show.
What's up
Chris
with it?
Chris Thomas.
Shouts out Chris Thomas, the mayor of Rap City.
Mayor.
Chris Thomas.
Yes,
Out of
sir.
Vegas.
Out in Vegas.
Check us out.
So
Thomas Show.
can you give us any
Vegas.
insights on the new music? Like,
Man, I'm just working on new beats. And I see I got to slide one to the Jungle Brothers, slide a couple to the Jungle
yeah, there
Brothers.
you go. Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm looking to put out an EP.
Strictly
Strictly
cheap
on-
beats, though.
Yeah.
Strictly
Strictly vinyl at first too.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, Mana, what's good, man?
Just here with y'all fellas. Glad to be here with you guys. I just wanted to ask Mike, like, why inspire you to become who you are today, like as a rapper?
Oh, as a rapper, I was fortunate to come up in a great time.
Yes.
Coming up under Uncle Red, really seeing the beginnings. A lot of the artists that we came up with, you don't really even hear the names like that anymore. Furious 5, Cold Crush Brothers, Treacherous 3, Spoonie G. Those are the artists that really inspired me to even start writing. And then at that time when I was coming up, like what's that, late 70s, 80s, just the whole culture was really just growing.
Yeah.
And it was unfolding, right in front of my eyes. The graffiti, I was big in graffiti for a while, obviously the break dances and all of that. So it was almost like a natural transition to get into it. But one of the biggest things was when Red would come home after parties and play those tapes of the jams, and I would just sit and listen.
Man, I can imagine.
Listen.
Man, I can really imagine.
Yeah.
Yo,
Red Alert, that is.
yeah,
Yeah,
man.
no
Shouts
doubt,
out to
no
Red,
doubt.
man.
Yeah, shout out to
Yo, I can
Red.
imagine just him coming back with the tape. I mean, so you said you touched on the, like, as far as like just the graffiti breakdancing. Did you ever try DJing since Red was your uncle? Like, I mean,
Nah, what's crazy? He was really particular about his set.
Oh, yeah.
So it was like
Real.
I couldn't get the time to like.
Yeah.
He be in and out so much I couldn't be like, okay.
yeah, I get it. I get it.
But just watching him
Yeah.
and like I said, he would take me to the jams when
Okay.
I was really young.
Gotcha.
So watching them just setting up. Him, Bam, Jazzy J, all these guys setting up.
Jazzy J.
Compared to everything that was in the crib, watching how they meticulously took care of their records. It was all vinyl back then. There was no computers.
Nah.
Everybody had their certain crates. Some dudes, it'd be like 6 of us and it'd be like 13 crates. You know what I'm saying?
Did you ever see? Did Red have records where he would like wipe the label off so nobody knew what it was if he had some like exclusive
I'm sure.
shit?
He had a couple of joints like
You know what I'm
that.
saying?
He had a couple of joints.
You did that? No?
Yeah, that was
Terminator?
big because back then you gotta understand there was no iTunes, was none of that stuff.
Yeah.
So if you had a joint nobody had,
Yeah, that's
the only way they could possibly know what it is to see your record. So you would black out your record if it was that serious. Yeah, you'd black it out.
that's
And I'm gonna tell you something. Them crates, I'm putting my 2 cents here. Them crates, I guarantee you, Red knew where everything was. Let's say he had 10 crates. I guarantee you, anything he wanted to know, he knew exactly what crate to go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because that's how it was. I was like,
Yeah.
I had a crate for this, I had a crate for that, I had a crate for that.
So what was the average number of crates you used to take to a party
Me?
that you felt like I could rock this party with this amount of?
I think I usually typically rocked with 6 to 7 crates, I would say. Yeah.
I remember me carrying Red's records.
And that's
about 15 crates.
and that's the long ones, mind you. That's not the little square ones. That's the long ones.
long.
Oh yeah, so the long one. So yeah, you doubled up. So
Yeah.
so yeah, that's still like about 12 crates.
We used to steal crates from there was a milk company called Pine State.
There you go.
We would
Yeah.
steal them, but they smelled like sour milk, so we had to wash them down, leave them outside. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was like we was like on a hunt for crates. Like that was
Yeah.
a real serious thing to find crates, bro. Like
That's crazy.
you know what I'm saying? Like
That's like a whole what do you call it? Session right there, talking to DJs like, yo, where did you get your milk crates? That's crazy.
Yeah.
I never even really thought about it.
yeah, you had to
Yeah, milk crates. There was no cases.
Yeah.
Not in the beginning. Not
Did-
in the early days.
did you
There was
ever-
no turntable cases. You had to make your own coffin or whatever the
Yeah.
case may be.
Did you ever get the postal crates?
Yeah, the wood ones.
No.
Yeah.
What plastic postal ones? I never used that. I know what you're talking
Use it. My
about.
mom used to be mad because she worked for the post office. She'd be like, "You gonna get me fucked up." You know what I'm saying?
I used to make milk crates.
Because I was like, because it's saying
Oh,
postal,
man,
you know,
yeah,
property
no
of
doubt, no
U.S.
doubt.
Postal Service, and I
Yeah.
think of the boss. You were like, "Yo, you gonna get me in trouble?" Take it.
Yeah.
You remember the ones that had like the green, like metal on the side? And they had like 2. You pick them up. There was like a wood box. I don't know if you remember one.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's New York stuff, probably.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
That's
how I bring like sodas and stuff and all that.
That's not like an old New York soda pop
Yeah.
crate.
Yeah.
I remember people out there used to carry them.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it was no cases.
nah.
This is before Pro X and what's that other company? None of that stuff.
Nah.
None of that stuff. DJs was just born. It was none of that
Yeah, you was on your own.
Nothing was accommodated for us.
Y'all remember the old
crates.
headphones that people used to make a phone,
Yeah.
the phone, and then you remember those, Mike? The phone, you hold the phone like you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw somebody on Instagram, somebody live had this phone. I was like,
Yeah,
it's been a minute since I seen that.
So you got any crazy stories about you and you being out with Red?
Yes,
Yeah, I'm sure.
Give us one or two. We just
And, I mean, probably one of my favorite stories though. This was like 80s in the 80s. Was still in high school. He just started rocking Union Square at the time, and I forget. I think it was Salt and Pepper performing. It was Salt and Pepper and somebody else performing, and man, this fight broke out like crazy. And that was the norm on
Yeah.
in Union Square. But this time, man, so it was me and Bam actually. It was me, Bam, and somebody else, and we up on the balcony, we watching the show. Then the fight
So
breaks
y'all
out.
overlooking the fight.
Yeah, but we in a position where we see in the stage, and then we can see the fight, right? So they still rocking, but then after a while, security came and got them off. But the place is going like bananas. Place is going bananas. Red just gets off the turntables. He's walking. He's looking for me. Yo, I mean, he literally just walked through the whole melee, got up to the balcony. Somebody was acting up, threw him off. Security behind him, threw somebody else off. Yo, it was nuts. He was like, "Yo, you good?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm good." And then. Next thing you know, 10 minutes, music was playing. They was back up on stage like nothing ever happened.
So they went back to the party.
Yeah, so they went right back to the party. That was, yeah.
But that Unc had to make sure nephew was straight.
Yeah, he had to make sure Granny was going to jump on him. He would have made it home alive that night.
Oh. Walk in this house without Mike if you want to.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
That's all right, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. So go on, you give us a crazy story, DJ story. What's one of your wildest DJ stories
wild DJ story?
that you can remember? Like the one that just stands out.
I don't know. I know. I can tell you another fight story, like Mike just talked about. I went to see this when UTFO had just came out with Roxanne. So it was red hot. He was at I went to it was a roller skating rink, if I'm not mistaken, in Queens, I want to say. I think you said you knew where it was. Anyway, so I'm just a bystander, right? I just came to see the show. And Houdini might have been on the same show. I'm not entirely sure. I'm getting a little old, you know. Anyway, so this place was packed. Like I said, UTFO was on fire, on hot, and it got so crowded. They went, you know, they was like this. Nobody. It was like that. That's it. Nobody else can come in. So nobody wanted to listen. So these idiots had the bright idea of pulling down off, like in New York or those in New York, the storefront places, they had the metal gates that you pull down, like when you close the store up.
Yeah.
Well, they had the bright idea of pulling them down. And let me tell you, I kid you not, they ripped that thing off the wall. Ask me how, I have no idea. But they ripped that thing off the wall, and they came in there with guns out.
Oh.
Pap, pap, pap. So all mayhem broke loose. I remember I got behind a pinball, like a Pac-Man machine. I got behind a Pac machine. You know, it was that time. They had them big, you know, Pac-Man machines. I got behind a Pac-Man machine, and I didn't come out until I laid low till all the commotion went by.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but that's, you know, you gotta understand that's when we were kids.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's when we were kids. You know, kids that crazy now. Nobody want to have them. You know, that we was the kids back then, so that kind of stuff happened.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. It was a lot of crazy stuff that happened in the clubs. I can remember, like the first time I went to the tunnel, just the fact that you had to just take your shoes off. Like I was like, what? We gotta take our shoes off, and dog went through and sniffed everybody. I'm like, do I really want to go in this spot? Like,
They used to check for razor blades.
Oh man,
everything, little 22s, 38 specials.
So let me tell you something. I went to on Long Island. I went to a Kid Capri show gig. Right. It was a rapper that came there. I'm not gonna put on blast. Happens to be a good friend of mine. I didn't know him at the time. This dude, they wouldn't let him in. He cut the security with a blade.
Oh man.
They wouldn't let.
That's what it was. I mean, people, it was like that. But
Was he there to perform, or he just wanted?
no, he just wanted to come in. But he was already he was new, but nobody really knew who he was. You know, he was up and coming. But I promise you, if I told you his name, you would know who he was. But I'm not gonna put him on blast. But it was just wild back then. You know what I mean? But it's not like that anymore, thankfully. But at least we was. Well, I take that back. I started to say we wasn't using guns, but yes, they was.
Oh yeah. They been using guns. Just the guns done got bigger and better now.
Louder.
Yeah.
They're better and louder.
And louder, no doubt.
Shit, one of the best fights I ever seen was at 10-18 with he rest in peace, Chris Lighty.
Oh yeah.
Man, Chris Lighty, he was on low. We was up in there, we tore 10-18 down.
Yeah.
Yo.
What was that at?
At the Roxy's 10-18.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, back in the city. Yep.
Yeah,
They'll
that was one of the most memorable.
So
Yeah.
I remember at least one show we played. We never toured together, but I know we did plenty of spot. I feel like we did plenty of spot days. It's one in particular I remember. I think it was after y'all did Girl I House You, and I feel like maybe Chubb Rock was on the same show. I could be wrong.
Probably.
You probably don't remember. You probably like me. There's so many shows you can't remember.
Well, keep going. If it's not the same show, I'm gonna tell you about one too.
Yeah, I don't remember a lot about it, but yeah, I feel like it was a nice size spot. I feel like it was a really big club or small event center, but it was big. It might have been like a 2,000 people type size, maybe something like that. But that's all I remember.
I almost remember this joint.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I tell you a good one. You guys was performing. It was a Public Enemy tour, and we was following y'all, and we did maybe 2 shows in the metro area around New York, and then we drove all the way down to I think South Carolina or something like that. We pushed it that night. It was a nighttime show. We drove down, big arena.
Okay.
First time, it was our first time on a big stage like that. Yo, I literally walked all the way out and dropped down on top of the cameraman.
Oh, so you walked off stage? I did that one time. I did the same shit one time, Mike. Walked off stage, just walked this.
Yeah, because when you're on stage, especially if the show's going on, they got them lights.
But I was hyped because, it was literally the first time we was on a big stage in front of a big crowd like that. Even overseas and everything, because, we had did the overseas gigs too with y'all.
Wow.
But that was big, especially in the States. We was like, what? And I was like, yeah, oh, my bad. Clown back up and we kept rocking.
It won't hurt.
Because they got those spotlights on you. You can't see what's.
Oh yeah, you can't see nothing.
Terminator Experience, DVS. We got my man Minor. We got the legendary Terminator X, and we got special guest Mike G in the building. Y'all give it up for Mike G one time. Mike G. So we were talking about earlier. Y'all would do the JBs. So one of your classic records, man. I'll House You. How did y'all come up with that concept, man? Like what you know what I'm saying? What made you want to go that route?
Well, back in the
and make it a classic. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I know you didn't know it. but how? What brought the concept up?
Well, back in those times, that make you feel old.
I'm with you, my brother.
But back at that time, disco and house music,
right?
That's what kind of end a lot of the parties,
right?
So it wasn't really. The music wasn't foreign to us, you know what I mean? We happened to be working in the same studio as Todd Terry at the time, who was the Royal House.
Right.
And, they basically took that beat and remixed it a bunch of times. He called us one night and was like, "Yo, I want to do a rap version of that."
Wow, that's awesome. That's news to me. Wow.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, that's no problem. So we was all working out the same studio in Coney Island, TTO Studios.
That's incredible.
So he's like, "Yo, when y'all get time, I'm gonna be working there such and such day. Y'all come through."
Okay.
And that's what we did. We went through. We literally turned out the lights. Back then, we got in the booth together. And we wrote our rhymes. We got in the booth together, and we went back and forth, and that's what it was.
Classic. Never knew that. I
never knew that either. I was surprised I never heard that story. Wow.
Yeah. That's crazy,
man. Yeah. That was that was a great time.
Yeah. Plus, that time, house music was surging at that time. At least it was in the Northeast.
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, at that time, I think like house music had already had its scene, but I think
It
was
took off
really,
a little
yeah,
bit.
it took off a little bit more. It started to grow, and then hip hop, the scene started to really cross. You know what I'm saying? Because
And-
like disco, I mean, it's all hip hop.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I tell people. I was like, yo, house
I
music.
think
ain't nothing but
the
disco.
same thing kind of like, even with go-go, like we heard, like, it's crazy, even though we're in North Carolina and DC's right here, we actually heard go-go from people using it in New
In
York.
hip-hop.
Like, it was samples, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Before we really knew what it was, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? And then it was like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of,
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like Rock the Bells, that's a go-go sample.
Yeah, because back then, you gotta understand this is pre-internet
Yeah.
for the most part,
Oh yeah.
and it's like now all you gotta do is look on your phone. You can see anything going on. Back then, it wasn't like that. Like when we went out touring, we were introduced. That's how we learned about go-go.
Yeah.
We did a show in DC and was like, "What's this?" This is go-go. We went to Miami and Luke and Luke Skywalker and
Miami Bass.
all them cats was out there. We was like, "What is this?" It was new to us because this is pre-internet, so everything was very regional.
Yeah.
So unless you've been there, it's you didn't know. And house music was northeast. It was blowing up at the time. Latifah made a house track too.
Oh yeah.
Come into my house, I think it was called.
Yeah.
So the rappers started, tapping into that scene.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So let me ask you something, Mike. Out of all the countries you've been to, like, what you think has been your favorite country to always visit as a rapper? That you will always love to go back and back all the time with no hesitation.
That's I don't know. That's a tough one. I used to say like Australia, England. England is definitely because England was like a second home in a way because
Right.
they was the first ones to really license our record and get right behind us, especially with our house shoe. But I mean, I got favorites. One thing I could say is every country I go to, I got a favorite spot or place I like to be there.
Right.
So it's really hard to say what's my favorite, but I love traveling. And I definitely love hot spots.
Oh, yeah.
So I definitely love hot spots, and that's probably what I love about Australia because every time we go, it's nice and hot. Yeah.
All right. So like coming up, like I know through Ray, you inspire you through music, but I'm saying like who was like your favorite MC like at the time? Like you said, damn, that's who I want to be when I go.
Oh yeah, Grandmaster Caz all day.
Yes.
Yeah, Caz all day. And a lot of people don't know that MC Powwow, MC Globe, they was
Rest in
dope.
peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. Yeah, super dope MCs.
Yeah.
Soul Sonic Force, they was real super tight for that time. You know what I'm saying? So those were like the two MCs that I really look like, oh, what'd he say? I was burning that tape up. Had to do surgery after a while on the joints because rewinding that thing
That's
so
what I'm
much.
saying, man. The tape break, like cats figured out how to fuck.
Put tape on it. Scotch tape.
Yeah.
You okay? So, do y'all remember Latin Rascals?
Oh yeah.
course.
So look, them dudes were built from a different cloth, boy. I mean, they were cut from a different cloth. So who who were they? Like, I don't know. I heard the tapes and I heard the music, but I never knew anything about them. Like, but I used to hear like their shit was incredible.
Yeah.
Like you talking about the cats they used to make the edits on the tape?
Yes,
on the,
Latin
on the
Rascals,
real
bro.
yeah,
Like,
Latin Rascals.
who were those cats?
tape edit. Huh?
Do you know? Any one of y'all like? Do y'all know?
I
Like,
probably know them, but I can't remember their names right
Okay.
offhand.
We need to bring Clash on there. He tell you.
yeah,
But
man.
yeah,
They was on the radio station up in
Yeah,
New York.
they was on.
And, they was definitely ahead of their
It
time.
won't BLS, was it? Well, I know they were on radio.
No, it might
They
have been
used
on.
to do a lot of
Kiss FM.
editing. But
Yeah, it's on
Yeah,
Kiss
Kiss
FM.
Kiss, yes, Kiss, yeah.
or 92. No, WKRT. It's either Kiss or 92.
I think it was Kiss.
Yeah, it was
Kiss was
definitely Kiss.
98.7.
And they might have did
it doing
KTU as well, because KTU did a lot of dance.
Yeah.
And that's what was good about them is that they was really strong dance, but they still had that street kind of hip hop flavor too. And then the way they did their edits was definitely
Yeah, this was like pre-digital. Like, this was them just...
That was all man.
Yeah.
Every edit had to be manually cut with a razor.
They had one where it was Curtis Blow, you know what I'm saying, up in the Bronx where the people is fresh. But he took that up in the... And you remember... what's my man Russ Paul had what was the character he used to play? Big Butt. You remember he used to do the parody records. Still, it was but it was Russ Paul. I forgot his name. He went by, but the Latin Rascals had an edit, and they were like, up it in the butt. Up it in the butt. And I'm like, but this was like, this wasn't no digital shit. This is like edited.
Yeah, it was tape edited.
Yo, them cats were incredible, man. Latin raps, I would love to
the
see,
master
like,
mix.
like somebody need to do a
Petty
documentary.
Bone.
Yeah, somebody need to
cats.
do a documentary about them cats. Like they were on a
They
whole
were
nother
definitely
level.
amazing.
Yes.
Amazing for them.
Yes.
They was doing at that time period.
Yeah.
Listening to this podcast. We hope to see y'all on our podcast.
Yeah, man, Latin wrestlers, man. Yeah,
Come through.
for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's all anything else, Monty, you want to touch on?
Like, how long you planning to take this rap?
As long as I can, When I was young, I was like, I'll probably just do this till I was, 50, something like that. But she's now, 55 plus, still enjoying it, still able to, people still calling for us to come out. So it's good, you know what I mean? So James Brown, baby, do it to death.
Yeah, I was about to say, you said it. James Brown, do it to death.
Do it to death.
Michael Jackson did it to death.
Yeah, it's a different
Did it
time.
to death,
Rick James did it to death.
Did it to death, you know what I mean?
Did it to death. So yeah.
Yeah, ain't no,
Yeah.
ain't no style. They calling, we gonna answer.
And I'm gonna be right there with you.
There it is.
So before we go, let's touch into the family a little bit. The native tongue. I mean, I know we've all heard the story how it started, but you know what I'm saying. Like, I mean, as far as like y'all kind of birthed that whole thing. Like, how does that feel? You know what I'm saying? Just the people that came out of native tongue, and you got Tribe in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You got Latifah, what she went to do, being an actress, and just how does that feel? Just to be, just to kind of like look at what you like. Wow, like.
Oh no, I feel
look
it feels
at my
great.
crew. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Nah, it feels amazing to be part of that journey. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yes.
And it's like we necessarily didn't start native tongue, but we were there at the forefront. You know what I'm saying? Like Straight Out the Jungle came out.
Right.
3 Feet High and Rising came out. You know what I'm saying? Q-Tip was right behind us. He came out. And that was the nucleus of
Right.
the change of guards, to say, and a different mindset in hip hop.
Right.
And Latifah, God bless Mark 45 King.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Being with them on the road, immediately seeing the star factor in Latifah was amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Being on the road with her earlier, like wow, you could see it that like you destined to be like out of this atmosphere. You know what I'm saying?
Moni Love.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Moni,
yeah.
without
Moni
question,
Love,
Moni.
She
And
rock-
she's doing great right now. She's
Yes.
like she's turned into such an incredible woman. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, as well as Latifah, but to see Moni, who's like a little sister,
Yeah,
and to see how she's just
That's what I'm saying, man. Just to be able to just see that, just everybody progress and just just going to their own. I know that's a great. I know that's a great film.
I'm definitely just enjoying watching the story unfold. You know what I'm saying?
And that's dope.
So
you know what I'm saying?
That's
I got brothers in the jungle. Quest.
no doubt. Black Sheep.
Black
you know,
Sheep.
that's-
Yes.
That's,
Oh, and that-
that's
Mr.
NC.
Oh,
NC.
Mr. Long. Let me.
What's up, Mr. Long, Mike?
I don't know. I haven't spoke to him in a
Mr.
while.
Long
That's
used
my
to.
guy.
Long was from Sanford, so
Yeah.
he used to DJ. His name was Shorty Doo-Wop.
That's right.
And he used to be at the skate ranch. Matter of fact, I was there when Red saw him. When Red first saw him, I was there that night. Long was so small that he used to have to stand on a crate to DJ. He was
Wow.
the DJ.
So he's 5 something, I guess.
Yeah, so Craze, that's his cousin. So he was the Shorty Doo-Wop. That he
He's like Double J's dad.
no, the other Craze,
Oh,
Craze
okay.
from that lives in Raleigh. That's they were first cousins. That's how I met Shorty. Well, Mr. Long, but we used to call him Shorty Doo-Wop. But I was at the skate ranch that night. He was DJing and Red saw him and like, hey,
Yeah.
I didn't know Red at the time. You know what I'm saying? But but yeah, I was there that night. That was dope. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I just want to throw in a little 2 cents. So I remember,
yeah.
man, when the first Jungle Brothers first came out, I was fans from day one. And then here's a funny story. Like Q-Tip came out later with, I think, Bonita Applebum. Was that his first one? Well, I think it was the second. Segundo.
El Segundo was the
El
first.
Segundo wasn't even on my radar. I'm just gonna tell you. But I remember when. No, I'm just being honest.
No, is that?
Then when Bonita Applebum came out, I was like, yeah, it ain't Jungle Brothers. I don't know why I knew that y'all was affiliated, but I did. But I was like, it's all right, but I still like the Jungle Brothers. True story. But then Tribe just
Oh yeah.
They went bananas. But and then Moni Love. So we met Moni Love before you guys did. They when we
You
first
met her here or in London?
in London, it was in London.
Okay.
So Moni Love was part of a group. Griff was trying to put him, help them. They was called the She Rock. She Rock.
She rocked.
She Rock. I know she been mad at me for this. But
Oh,
anyway,
you'll be all right.
it was part of She Rock. It was her and 2 other girls. And it's called the She Rockers. Matter of fact, if I could find some video of them, but yeah. And then later on, y'all met them, and then the story goes on. But yeah.
So what's up on a native tongue reunion, Mike?
Oh, I don't know, man. We'll see.
You got to work on it, man.
Never
You're
say never.
One of the founding fathers.
So we'll see. You know, a lot of changes. You know what I'm saying? Cats getting older, but a lot of people always still talk about it and reference it. So, we there. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. And there's a whole lot of the lineage is much longer now. You know what I'm saying? People accredit different artists that even I'd be like, wow, I didn't even see that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Talib, Mos Def, and
Beat nuts.
Beat Nuts,
Yeah.
obviously,
Yeah.
but like those were like direct dudes. Like we was all in the studio together. But somebody even said like Kendrick, I heard the other day, and I was like, wow, it just maybe the way he puts words together. Because to me, Kendrick is probably definitely one of the tightest cats that I could still listen to.
Oh, yeah.
Now.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of guys.
It's a lot of I heard a record yesterday, man, from this dude named Jay Wick from Georgia, and the name of the song is called Pork Chop Sandwich.
Mm.
And I listened to it. I'm sitting there listening to it. I'm like, he's spitting that Southern shit. And then I went, so I Shazammed the shit, and it was a white dude killing it. No, it's not wrong, but he murdered it. Jay Wick. He killed that shit.
Yeah.
He was just like, pretty much like, I'm going to be independent. You know what I'm saying? If I have to, I get a real job. Like, F this rap shit. I'm just doing it. You know what I'm saying? But he was killing it,
Mm-hmm. That's for the love.
And then the hook was I put hot sauce on my pork chop sandwich. Jay Wick. I'm telling you.
Wasn't
Check
that
that.
like on Facebook or something?
It might be Jay.
It was like
Jay
on
Wick.
TikTok. I think I
Jay Wick pork chop sandwich.
Yeah.
Listen to that shit, man.
I think I heard
he's
it.
spitting, man. Like, that white boy spitting, man.
They out here.
I'm telling you, man. So it was like, it was good. It just, and it's kind of just good to hear records that just get you excited. You know what I'm saying? Still that feeling like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really got hype about like, oh, shit. Like, I'm calling over like, you heard of Jay Wick. You know what I'm saying? So,
Man, it's plenty.
Yeah.
It's plenty. I hate to say it these days. White rappers is dope. I like my man. My only beef with him is he sounds like a sample of Ghostface. But what's his
you
name?
come on, I know that.
But I'm a fan of his too. But I'm like, when I first hit him, I was like, who's this dude trying to be Ghostface?
I know you.
What's his name?
Bronson, right?
Yeah.
Bronson, Action Bronson. Yeah, he's dope. Action Bronson is dope
Yeah,
too.
he got some junk.
Action Bronson is dope.
Yeah.
Eminem is always fire.
Well, not even. Yeah.
There's a lot of cats out there. I ain't mad at Post Malone.
But it's just but I guess us being older, like I heard this on the radio with one of the mixes on Lil Vegas. He's Lil Vegas is a dope DJ, so I'm listening to his show yesterday, and I heard it. So it was kind of, and there was a few records I Shazam like Shazam is the greatest app ever. Like just a.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even if you sometimes just don't want to, forget what
That's what I use it for most.
Yeah, just
I use it for taking notes.
yeah, just taking notes. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like I'm Shazamming this dude. So if I Shazam you, I'm like, okay, yeah, But just to hear records that you get excited about, like, you just don't really get that from radio no more. You know? What I'm saying?
No.
So like
no.
I was kind of excited just to listen to the radio, and be able to be like, wow, Shazam shit. Like like back in the day, like we used to tape. I remember like we used to have like record parties. Like,
So
everybody would stay. I had like a couple friends over. We stay in the den. Everybody had whatever they're gonna record on, and we would just record 88.1 all night. You know what I'm saying? The college station. You know what I'm saying? And that was back like one of my homeboys. He turned me on to y'all.
Oh wow.
You met Reg. As a matter of fact, you met him years ago.
Yeah.
And remember, because when I said Reg, this Mike G, and Reg's like, no, it ain't. And I'm like, Reg, it's fucking Mike G. Like he had y'all lyrics like on a piece on a notebook paper. I told you that.
Yeah.
He had the lyrics written on the wall in his crib on a fucking piece of notebook paper. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, Jungle Brothers fan. So Mike right there. So I'm like, Red just Mike. No, it ain't. Red just Mike. It ain't right. Hey, you know, shouts out Red. I had to throw it.
So it's funny. So while you're talking about that, the adult urban contemporary, whatever they call in those stations, you should know. What do you like?
Yeah.
Foxy.
Yeah. Urban
What
Ace.
they need to do, even if it's like back in the day, only on a weekend, do a little, maybe, even if it's just an hour-long show, do like a show introducing new hip-hop songs from, that's,
Well,
those like, for instance, new songs by, say, Sadat X or Diamond D
well,
or
that's
whoever.
Rock the Bell. I heard Rock the Bells. Do they do that?
They do a little bit of that, but I mean, on terrestrial radio, like I think Hot 97 does that, a little bit of that, if I'm not mistaken. But that would be a great idea to do on the
That
weekends.
would. Yeah, that would.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
just new music from artists.
yeah,
you know,
that appeal to the older crowd.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that'd
So
be dope. I heard one of the Goody Mob members. He was doing an interview, and he was just saying how the industry kind of just like with hip hop just kind of took the soul away from hip hop, and he was like he was the best thing he could compare to hip hop was Southern soul, because it's like it's not industry, it's not corporate. You know, people still having Southern parties with fields where just they get together. And it ain't nothing, like I said, corporate is not on the radio. It's all underground. Like, you got to know that shit to really listen. So you can't really just, listen to it. You got to kind of find it. I mean, you can find it online right now. But he was just saying, like, that's kind of like how hip-hop was when we were coming up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he said they can throw a party with 2,000 motherfuckers all with boots on and whatever. And it's still, it hasn't reached that corporate level yet. Southern soul. And I mean, as much as I tried to, I'm a hip hop head. So
what's it called? The what do you call them? The Cowboys. What do you call it? The little events. Trail rides. The trail rides.
yeah, that's
Very similar to Southern Soul. It's kind of like
that's what he was saying. That's the new kind of like that's kind of took the place of hip hop a little bit.
Yeah,
Because it's just it's still kind of underground, and it's like you see artists like King George and other that just that there's a ton of from radio, like like radio had to go get like boots on the ground. They had to go.
That's another great night they need to have on urban radio on the weekend.
Yeah. So
They'd have a big following.
I've been trying to tell them go ahead and give it a. I mean, I'm like the biggest fan in the world, but I mean, I see what it is. It is what it is. So go ahead. Give it to
it's definitely an organic crowd.
Exactly. And man, that's what he was kind of comparing, with hip hop, how it was with us. You know what I'm saying? Because like I think we came up with the best era, like just like you said, early 70s, 80s, 90s. Like we saw some shit, bro.
Oh, we saw some shit. We heard some shit. We got like the meat.
Yes.
All the great artists that fed like the culture behind hip hop.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what was dope. And another thing too, just to kind of add on to that, it's like I got kind of introduced to Southern Soul, but I had a elder or a good friend of mine,
right?
And she used to say, "No, this is liquor house music.
Liquor house music.
Liquor house music." So that's when I really, before I even really was hearing this certain song, she was like, "No, this is." She gave me a tape.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, what's this?" She was like, "Nah, this is liquor house
music." Yeah.
I was like, man, and I was like, yo,
that's
exactly what liquor house music.
Yeah, liquor house music, and I that vibe is incredible. You know what I mean? And hopefully it can still keep that same. I want the artists and all the singers and everybody to get great wealth, but I still want that home feeling.
But see, so that's the thing. How can they reach that success and get wealth without it turning corporate and getting into that
well, you can. You just gotta, I guess
like the way hip hop kind of.
It's kind of like how hip hop is now, though, to a certain extent, right? Although corporate is involved and the major record labels are still there, they're not involved as much. More artists are taking advantage of internet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Really financing themselves.
Right.
Connecting, kind of cutting out the middleman.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of artists out here. They selling. They're not doing platinum, traditional platinum numbers, but they making good money going direct.
Okay.
Touring, and
Doing
and,
shows.
and and I'm gonna just say, I'm gonna keep calling it Liquor House. The Liquor House
Yeah.
artists,
No, I'm with you.
they doing the same thing,
Yeah.
So, and I think overall, if we, maybe overall all artists try to gather that
Yeah.
or stay that, but you got a lot of guys, they hungry,
Yeah.
a lot of artists are hungry, so they gotta, grab that low hanging fruit to say. But
I feel you.
What I understand about music today is like when you listen to the radio, you're on your radio, right? Especially you on radio. Like, how come it is the radio station only play like 5 songs during the whole day, and it be like the whole same songs? Like, they'll play that same song like 10 times a day.
Corporate, bro.
Yeah, but I don't make no sense. Cause
I
people,
know. I'm with you.
You got
I'm with
Jungle
you.
Brothers.
What
You got Public Enemy.
you got to realize is, man, like, I guess a lot of people are in their car for a short amount of time, so they feel like that, you 15, 20 minutes in the car, so we keep.
The 5 same songs though.
Exactly. No, I'm with you. Like, it's crazy. Like,
Yo,
and I try to, just maybe we should do this or we should do that. You know what I'm saying? But it's so it's
not,
so
yeah.
so it's,
So tell them, I don't know if you explain to the people your association with radio. Or do you want to? You ain't got to.
that'll be the next episode.
yeah. That's a whole.
But you're on DJ DVL.
No, yeah,
you're
no, what, yeah,
legend of Raleigh radio.
yeah, but
Last Boys on Radio.
yeah, but it's just it's so different. It's so corporate. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when I started with college radio, like when I started, I had no intentions of doing commercials, talking. I just wanted to DJ. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of got thrown into that. Yeah,
But
yeah. I didn't want to do none of that talking commercials. And now that's what I do. Commercials, like that's crazy. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm like it's. I see what they're doing as far as the game, as far as like just not a lot of keeping the same listeners and the records over and over. One thing I like about BLS, they got this thing where it says like no repeat work day. So while you at work, you're not gonna hear the same song the whole day you at work. So I'm trying to like, man, like people that listen all the time, like they get it, they understand. Like we can't keep playing the same. Like it got bad one time to where like the same record would come on the same. Like we could listen to, we could hear a song and know what time it is.
And I can tell you this: people listen to your Beauty and Barber mix, because I know people have said to me, man, it's corny. I mean, I listen to the Beauty and Barber mix, but other than that, it's like.
Yeah, well, they finally, I just found it. They were like, yo, your numbers. Nobody ever told me how good the numbers were. You know what I'm saying? But they were like, yo, it's crazy.
Yeah, I told you.
There's a mix show Saturday morning. Like it's like it's almost like there's never really been a mix show Saturday morning. You know what I'm saying? And so it was a good idea. I get it. Shouts out to my man J Tech. He came up with that solution. You know what I'm saying? I mean, with the whole idea of just let's do a mix show Saturday mornings and cater to the beauties and barbershops. I was like, all right, let's do it. So
That's dope.
it's been going good.
Yeah.
And like it's a good idea. So but yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Once again, Terminator Experience. Shouts out to my man, the Terminator X. Give it up for the host, my man Minor. Yes, sir. Give it up for my man Minor and the one and only Mike G. Thank you for coming through, my man. We appreciate it.
Jungle Brothers, thank you.
Saying Jungle Brothers forever. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna wrap this thing up. Shouts out Malik Freaks, producer, director, extraordinaire behind the camera, making it happen. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Episode 2, we're gonna only get better. Once again, subscribe, watch the episode, all that good stuff. And we'll see you later. We out. Terminator Experience.
Peace.
Terminator Exit.